Reacher Season 3 was great, but these 10 scenes impressed me the most. Although Reacher's first 2 seasons set a high bar, Season 3 managed to surpass my expectations, with a select few scenes really standing out among the rest. After another chaotic installment, Prime Video's hit action series wrapped up its latest story based on Lee Child's Persuader novel, and Reacher Season May 3rd be the best outing yet. The adaptation did an impressive job of making Reacher's undercover story compelling while portraying memorable side characters and villains, without making major changes to the source material. Both fans and critics also seemed to enjoy the season, proving the show is constantly improving. As expected, Reacher Season 3 ended with a bang, as the final showdown at Beck's mansion gave all the central characters a fitting conclusion, while once again putting the protagonist back on the road. Season 4 has already been confirmed, and will once again try to raise the stakes and cover new ground, but I'm not ready to move on from Season 3 just yet. The latest batch of episodes had plenty to admire, hence the positive reception, but Season 3's 10 best scenes deserve extra appreciation as they epitomized everything that makes Reacher such a great show. Smoke on the Water contained some of Reacher Season 3's best action, and the episode's climax certainly didn't disappoint. During their search for Teresa, Reacher and Duffy head to a boat where they believe she could be held hostage, but upon arriving, she has already been moved elsewhere. During their investigation, one of Quinn's men, Harley, arrives, which results in a fight scene taking place between the 3 characters. With the villain at their mercy, the duo then torch the ship, letting Harley go down with it in a cruel yet justified ending. Naturally, Reacher and Duffy are more than capable of dealing with him, and the two decide to interrogate him to find out everything he knows. With the villain at their mercy, the duo then torch the ship, letting Harley go down with it in a cruel yet justified ending. Although Duffy and Reacher didn't find Teresa on the boat, they did gain valuable intel during the gritty scene, and it was a great chance to expand on their relationship while showing their chemistry, making Episode 6's climax a memorable part of the season. Season 3's opening scene wasted no time getting into the action, as the protagonist went from attempting to sell some vinyl to saving Richard Beck in mere minutes. Watching Reacher spring into action without hesitation was an immediate reminder of how badass he truly is, and it perfectly set the tone for what was to come. At first glance, Reacher rescuing Richard seems to prove how selfless he is, willing to put himself in harm's way by saving an innocent person's life. However, the scene becomes even better as the season rolls on. Reacher Season 3 delivered exactly what fans were craving: brutal justice, sharp wit, and a relentless pursuit of truth, all with Jack Reacher Alan Ritchson at the center, barreling through conspiracies like a human wrecking ball. But beyond the punches and plot twists, there were 10 standout scenes that elevated the season into something more than just another action series. These were the moments that made you pause, rewind, or sit up straighter. These are the 10 scenes from Reacher Season 3 that impressed me the most. 1. The bar fight with a twist. Episode 1. We knew we were in for something special when Reacher calmly walked into a dive bar and clocked the layout like a military tactician. What began as a routine intimidation quickly turned into a brilliant choreography of chaos, with Reacher using beer bottles, pool cues, and even a bar stool with bone-breaking precision. What impressed me most was the calm build-up. Reacher gave them every chance to walk away. They didn't. Their mistake. 2. Reacher and Neely's silent communication. Episode 2. No words were needed. When Reacher and Frances Neely Maria Stan found themselves in a surveillance-heavy location, their military past shone through. Through only eye movements and subtle gestures, they coordinated an escape plan that was seamless and efficient. It was a masterclass in showing, not telling, and reminded viewers that their bond runs deep, forged in trust and time. 3. The interrogation at the warehouse. Episode 4. This was Reacher at his most terrifying, not because he was violent, but because he was cold, calculating, and unrelenting. He locked eyes with the corrupt ex-soldier, casually reciting every weak spot on the human body that he could shatter. It was like watching a lion corner a gazelle, except the lion had a master's degree in anatomy and a grudge. 4. The library research montage. Episode 5. It may sound dull, but watching Reacher piece together the conspiracy using nothing but open source records, old newspapers, and a pencil felt thrilling. It reminded us that he's not just brawn, he's brain too. The music swelled, the cuts quickened, and with every highlighted passage or scribbled note, you could feel the noose tightening around the villains' necks. 5. Reacher vs. Polly, Round 1, Episode 6. Their first confrontation wasn't just physical, it was psychological warfare. Polly was a beast of a man, and the show smartly built him up as Reacher's toughest opponent yet. The stare down in the rain, muscles tense, both men waiting for the other to strike first, felt like a Clint Eastwood-style western in modern times. When fists finally flew, it was brutal, sloppy, and real. 6. The revelation of the villain's motive, Episode 7. A good villain isn't just bad, they're believably bad. When the big bad of the season revealed their motive, it wasn't world domination or cliché revenge. It was greed, legacy, and the illusion of patriotism. The monologue was chilling because it was so rooted in reality, the kind of evil that hides in bureaucracy and wears suits. 7. Neagley's breakdown, Episode 7. We've seen Neagley as the composed, capable ex-military operator throughout 3 seasons, but in this scene, we saw the cracks. Faced with collateral damage they couldn't prevent, Neagley broke down, not with melodrama, but in a raw, restrained performance that hit harder than any punch. It was a rare, vulnerable moment that reminded us of the cost of their lifestyle. 8. The Tactical House Raid, Episode 8. This scene felt straight out of Zero Dark 30 or Sicario, a night vision, whisper quiet infiltration of a safe house that turned bloody in an instant. What impressed me was how realistic it felt, controlled entry, strategic angles, suppressed fire. Reacher wasn't alone, but he led with authority, instincts sharp as ever. It wasn't just flashy, it was tactically sound. 9. The Reacher-Polly rematch finale, the long-awaited rematch. No backup, no weapons, just fists and fury. But this time, Reacher had learned Polly's style. The fight was gritty and exhausting, with both men visibly worn down, bloodied, and battered. When Reacher finally took Polly down with a brutal combination of technique and rage, it was satisfying not because it was flashy, but because it was earned. A modern gladiator match for the ages. 10. The final conversation with the victim's mother finale. Amidst the violence and vengeance, Reacher's humanity shines through. Sitting on a worn porch, drinking lukewarm coffee, Reacher apologized, not because he was responsible, but because he felt responsible. The victim's mother, quiet and worn by grief, simply nodded. There were no big speeches. Just 2 people, linked by pain, understanding something words couldn't fix. It was a reminder that Reacher isn't a superhero. He's a man with a code. And that code carries weight. Final thoughts. Reacher Season 3 gave fans everything they wanted, but it was these 10 scenes that elevated it beyond action fodder. Whether it was silent tension, emotional vulnerability, or pulse-pounding brawls, the show proved again and again that it knows how to tell a story through both fists and feelings. Alan Ritchson continues to define this version of Jack Reacher with unmatched charisma, subtlety, and brute force. But it's not just him. The entire cast, from Maria,